Did Voldemort have the dark mark like the Death Eaters? The dark mark is one of the most recognizable and fearsome symbols in the wizarding world. Introduced early in the Harry Potter series, it looms as a chilling reminder of Voldemort's reign of terror and the loyalty of his followers. Only the most devoted Death Eaters bear the mark, a magical brand signifying their allegiance to the Dark Lord. But this raises an intriguing question. Did Voldemort himself bear the dark mark? At first glance, it might seem logical that Voldemort, the creator of the dark mark, would carry it as a symbol of his authority. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, during the graveyard scene in Little Hangleton, Voldemort boasts about the power of the mark. He declares, "It is a sign that summons them to me. I can touch a mark, and they will all know I am calling." This could suggest that Voldemort has a mark of his own, enabling him to summon his followers. However, a closer look at Voldemort's actions complicates this idea. When he uses the dark mark to summon his Death Eaters during that same scene, he doesn't activate it himself. Instead, he presses the mark on Peter Pettigrew's arm. If Voldemort had a mark, why rely on another's? This moment casts doubt on the idea that the Dark Lord carried the same emblem as his subordinates. Harry himself offers an insightful comparison between the dark mark and his own experiences. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Hermione carves the date of their meeting into coins to communicate with Dumbledore's army. Harry remarks, "It reminds me of the Death Eater's scars. Voldemort touches one and it burns the others, signaling them. It's like their version of a call to arms." His observation reinforces the idea that the mark is a tool for control, not just a symbol of unity. For Voldemort, the mark is a way to demonstrate dominance over his followers, not a bond he would share with them. Moreover, the narrative strongly implies that the dark mark is not a sign of equality or mutual allegiance. It is a one-way brand, tying Death Eaters to their master. Voldemort views his followers as pawns, tools for achieving his ambitions. Why would he wear the same mark as those he considers beneath him? In his mind, he is superior, set apart even from his most loyal supporters. Voldemort's pride and obsession with his own image further argue against him bearing the mark. Throughout the series, Voldemort's actions and words reveal his disdain for anything that could suggest vulnerability or dependence. To him, the dark mark signifies control over his followers, a mark of their servitude. It is unlikely he would associate himself with something so directly tied to those he manipulates. The books also provide no concrete evidence that Voldemort himself has a dark mark. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Severus Snape shows Narcissa Malfoy and Bellatrix Lestrange his mark as proof of his loyalty. This moment highlights how the mark is a binding commitment for Death Eaters, one that Voldemort doesn't need to demonstrate. His presence and power are his proof. The symbolic weight of the dark mark further supports the idea that Voldemort did not bear it. The mark represents allegiance to an ideology, but also submission to the Dark Lord. Voldemort's relationship with his ideology is different. He doesn't follow it. He embodies it. The dark mark, while powerful, is ultimately a means of control over others, not a personal identifier. In the end, the mystery of whether Voldemort had the dark mark remains a testament to his character and leadership style. The ambiguity invites readers to reflect on his relationships with his followers and his own sense of identity. Voldemort's refusal to bear the mark aligns perfectly with his persona, a leader who demands loyalty but offers none in return, a figure who stands apart, even from those who serve him most faithfully.